Hey everybody, this is Mitch with VividCharts. In this video we're going to go ahead and build a VividCharts dashboard. Along with that we're going to create a service portal page to display our dashboard on, and then we'll also add a chart to our dashboard and add a filter. So we'll kind of do the full bare bones walkthrough of how to get up and running with VividCharts. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our Dashboard Builder UI in the left-hand navigator here under the VividCharts application menu. Now within here you see various options, but the one we're concerned with today is New Dashboard. So we're going to go ahead and click New Dashboard, at which point we'll be prompted to add a name, and we'll just call this Demo Dashboard, and we'll go ahead and create it. And when we click create, it's going to take us to the dashboard detail page, which is where we can actually manage this individual dashboard, where we can set the various settings for this dashboard as well as add charts and filters to it. So the next thing we're going to do now that we have this dashboard is let's go ahead and create a service portal page. So how I did that was I clicked the cogwheel icon on the top right, which opened up our settings menu for this demo dashboard. And what we're looking at right now is the primary page. Right now we don't have one set, and let's assume we don't have one created, so we'll go ahead and create a new one by clicking New Page. This is just going to open up a standard service portal page form, and for right now we're just going to go ahead and give it a title of Demo Dashboard and an ID of Demo_Dashboard. Once we have that filled out, we'll go ahead and submit, at which point we can close that new tab out. And then when we come back here, we can select that new page that we just created by clicking Change Page, and then I'm going to just search for Demo Dashboard. We'll click it and we'll click Save there. So now we have a page set for this particular dashboard. The other piece that we want to do is set a primary portal. So we'll do that by clicking Change Portal here. And we're just going to use one of the VividCharts out of the box portals. We'll just use the base VividCharts portal, and we'll save that as well. Now the reason we want to set these portals and the page here, although it's not necessary, it gives us the ability to preview the page directly from here, or we could actually get to the page designer from here by clicking Edit Page. So we'll come back to that in a minute, but I just wanted to run over that just quickly, just so you have an idea of why we were doing that. Now that we have those set, I'm going to close the settings menu by clicking the cogwheel again, and I'm going to add our first chart. So we'll go ahead and click Add Chart, and let's say we just want to get a look into the different kinds of contact types for our various incident categories. So we want to see how these tickets are being opened for each of the different categories. So a good chart type to use for this would be a donut matrix. So what we'll do here is over in the chart type field, we'll look for our VividCharts chart types, and the one we care about right now is the donut matrix. So we'll go ahead and select that, and we will set a title of, we'll just say donut matrix here. You can name this whatever you want. This is what will actually be displayed on the chart on your dashboard. Now for the table, we're going to reference the incident table. And let's say we're going to group by the category field, and the additional group by field will be contact type. Now something you can do for an individual chart is you could add some conditions in. So just to make sure we've got clean data here, let's say category is not none. So basically we don't want any empty categories, in case sometimes tickets will get opened and you might not have all these data points captured. Maybe it's from an integration. Either way around it, we don't want that to show up on this particular chart. And let's also do the same thing for the contact type field. So we'll say contact type is not none. At this point, you'll have some additional settings here. I won't go into much detail right now. They vary by chart, by chart type that you use, and you can get to those by checking out our wiki. For now, the only thing I'm going to update is I'm going to make this a flexible size widget instead of a pixel perfect widget. I'm also going to display a legend for this, and you'll see where that comes in handy. So now that we have this set up how we'd like it, we'll go ahead and click Save, and that's going to bring us back to our dashboard detail page for our demo dashboard. And at this point, you can see we have our donut matrix chart that we just created in the list of charts. So as you add more charts here, you're going to see each of these in this list here, and you can click into them and make any changes you need to, or even delete them if you need to. So now that we have a chart created, let's go ahead and get this on the page. So we'll click our cogwheel icon again so that we can pull up the settings menu, and from here we'll click Edit Page, and that's going to open the demo dashboard page that we just created earlier in this video. Now, if you're not too familiar with the service portal, it's okay. In our wiki page, we outlined some of the really just the key points that you really need to have an understanding of in order to get rolling with VividCharts. If you are familiar with the service portal, this is going to be somewhat boring to you, and you could probably do some pretty neat things with VividCharts as far as styling these and branding them however you need to. So the first thing we're going to do is we already have our container here. Let's just bring a 12-column layout onto the page here, and let's search for our dashboard controller. So every dashboard you create, you're going to need to add the dashboard controller widget, and we'll drag that onto our layout that we just pulled onto here, and then we'll need to click the pencil icon to actually reference our dashboard that we just created. So we're searching for demo dashboard here, and then we'll go ahead and click Save. So this is telling basically it's telling this page what data to pull from and how to distribute that to the different widgets that we're going to put onto here. So now that we have our dashboard controller on, we can start adding our chart widgets. So let's pull another layout into this container. Let's say we want to do a 363 layout, and at this point we're just going to drag our donut matrix chart right into the middle column here. So I'm going to search for the donut matrix widget, and I'm going to pull that onto here, and then once we have that on, we're going to click the pencil icon again to modify the instance options, widget instance options for this particular chart. So again, we're going to reference our demo dashboard so we know which dashboard controller to pull data from, because you can have multiple dashboard controllers on a given page if you want to. And also from the chart field here, we're just going to reference the chart that we created previously. So the demo dashboard donut matrix. Then we'll go ahead and click Save. So at this point we'll see our data pop up here in our donut matrix, but let's go back and get a better view into that. So if we go back to our dashboard builder UI, instead of edit page, let's click preview page so we get a clean load of that page with our new chart on it. So you can see we've got our donut matrix pulled onto here. We've got the title of our dashboard, the demo dashboard loaded here as well. So really, if you want to add more charts to a given dashboard, you really just repeat the steps we just did and put them wherever you need to in that layout. The next thing we'll do, and actually the last thing we'll do in this particular video, is we'll just show the filter functionality. So really what the filters are down here, the filters are a way to manipulate the data based on additional conditions that you could build into here. So let's go ahead and click Add Filter, and you'll see it's a pretty basic form here. We typically reference the task table, and we can go into more detail with that in a follow-up video, but the reason we like to reference the task table is then you could apply that same filter to any child table of task. So if you have, let's say you have one chart that's referencing the incident table, and then you have another chart that's referencing the problem table, they could both listen to this particular filter. So let's just say we want two buttons. One is only going to look at the active tickets, and then one of them is going to look at all of the tickets. So let's first just say we'll do all, and display order, we want this to show up first, so we'll give it a display order of 100. Now we could go ahead and add in conditions here, but for this one we don't want any conditions because we're looking at all the tickets. So we'll click save. It's going to bring us back to this dashboard builder UI, but let's go ahead and click add filter again and just put in another button, and we'll call it active, and this time we'll put a condition in and we'll say active is true. We'll give this a display order of 200, and we will go ahead and click save, which will bring us back here again. So we don't need to do anything else for the filters. If there are any filters, they'll automatically show up for that dashboard controller. So with that said, we can come back here, we can refresh our page, and you'll see our two buttons here. Now by default, it's going to load the filter that appears first in the display order, but we could click through and see the different data here for the different sets. And that wraps up what I wanted to walk through today. If you guys have any questions or any suggestions for future videos, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. And again, just keep checking back on the wiki for future updates. We're always building it out. Thanks.